morning, all stars. Welcome back to my channel. It's Damn She Jamaican, your biggest and brightest shining star. So in today's video, mega talk about Saturn and Cancer. Let's get it. Alright, so jumping straight into the video, I'm going to talk about what Saturn represents in the birth chart, and then after I'm done, you can go down to the timestamp if you just have it in the 4th house. But I highly recommend that you watch the entire video regardless whether or not you have it in the sign or the house. All right, so Saturn in the birth chart represents limitations, it represents responsibility, it represents structure, duty, you know, it represents hard work, karma, time, you know, the efforts that we put in and how much effort we put in to get something that we want, you know. So sometimes Saturn can seem like a very hard planet, a very cold planet, a very disciplinary planet, depressing planet that doesn't reflect the sunlight. So it's just a very, in a metaphysical sense, it just gives forth energy that's just very cold and just seems like it's all about work. And these energies in life over time, dealing with our Saturn, it gets easier with time, especially when we hit our Saturn return. When Saturn goes back into the sign that we were born in, these energies, which is usually around the age of 28 to 30, we're able to overcome our Saturn energy and we are able to become more mature. And the issues that we face earlier in our life become much easier to handle with time. So having Saturn in the sign of Cancer, Saturn in Cancer, Saturn doesn't necessarily like to be in the sign of Cancer because it's at home in the sign of Capricorn. So because it's at home in the sign of Capricorn, it is in detriment in the sign of Cancer. So I don't want you guys to get scared when you hear the word detriment in the natal chart. It just means that this energy is not something that Saturn is comfortable being with, and so it's going to take a lot of extra work for you to be able to hone in on this energy. So just for reference, Saturn is at home in the sign of Capricorn. So Capricorn traits, that's what Saturn likes, you know, that's where it's most comfortable. And so Saturn just really likes to be boring, dry, like Capricorn. And it doesn't like to feel the water. It doesn't like the cardinal water. It doesn't like the emotions. It doesn't like to feel other people's emotions. Saturn just wants to be dry, structured, disciplined, and go about what they have to do, and not take into consideration how other people may feel. That's the overall energy. Saturn just needs to do what it needs to do regardless, and just get it done regardless if people like it or not. Now, having Saturn in Cancer, this is going to be very hard because Saturn in Cancer, these people care a lot about other people. They want to nurture other people. They want to give to other people. These are the type of people that, you know, could make very great parents, very great caregivers, nurturers, nurses. Their career field may even be something that has to do with helping people, you know, taking care of people, teaching people, nurturing people. So having Saturn in the sign of Cancer is going to be a very hard placement because you have to think about other people's emotions, and sometimes this comes before your own emotional state of being and what's best for you. So you may find yourself, like I said, just earlier on in life having to take on a nurturing role. This could be whether you were a sibling, you grew up taking care of your other siblings and cousins, or you know, you had to take care of a parent, grandparent, or something like that. Like you always watching someone's kids, like you have the type of history growing up, and a lot of your discipline and a lot of how you gain structure in life comes from always having to look out for other people. And so with Saturn in Cancer, this causes you to feel like, you know, your emotional needs aren't being met, like I said, and it causes you to feel overwhelmed. It causes you to feel like you're always having to take care of other people and that their issues matter more. And so that causes you to feel like no one cares about you. And because this is the natural role that you're always in and you're just subjected to this naturally, being the nurturer, sometimes you may just feel guilty even wanting to express that, hey, I need help, or I'm not doing so good right now, because people look at you as the person that is supposed to be taking care of other people, that you don't feel comfortable verbalizing that you need help yourself. So that could be an issue, having Saturn in Cancer. Having Saturn in Cancer, this placement, really Saturn wants to teach you how to nurture people, yes, of course, but it wants you to be specific and care and, you know, be precise about the people that you do let into your life. Because Saturn in Cancer, Cancer is a very empathetic energy. So having Saturn in Cancer is gonna force you to have structure and discipline, and it's gonna force you to not just give your emotions and give all your resources to just anybody that comes by. This placement is gonna kind of make you want, it's gonna force you to only kind of care about your close family, close friends, you know, not just lose yourself a lot and overextending your energy to people who aren't necessarily that deserving of it. And sometimes that can even be family members as well. You know, sometimes family members could take advantage of you because you're so nice and giving. But this placement over time is going to teach you and show you the people that do deserve your energy and the ones who don't deserve your energy. So another thing with that, Saturn just really wants you to create boundaries with people. You know, it just wants you to understand that you can't just give your love to everybody. That's just the main thing with this placement. You're gonna realize throughout life that you get hurt by being too kind, by being too nurturing, and people take advantage of you because of that. And so throughout time, you kind of isolate yourself and you learn like how to care for your own self. You learn how to nurture yourself instead of giving all this nurturing to other people. And that's the benefit of the time aspect of Saturn. With time, this placement gets easier because all that love that you give to other people, you learn to pour back into yourself. So you could just be the type of person that has a lot of family burdens for the most part with this placement. You know, it's pretty repetitive at this point what I'm gonna say, but your overall role in life is to nurture and take care of people, and you have a very heavy responsibility when it comes to that. It's just with Saturn, it's about restriction, discipline. So you just need to understand who deserve your energy and who don't. And with this placement, it could be very easy to just focus in on your family matters only and kind of close yourself off to the outside world in regards to your career. So with time, because Saturn definitely is about career and your public, you know, what you put into the world to gain some kind of status, like it likes to in the sign of Capricorn. When it's in detriment in this sign, it's going to make you want to just focus more on your family, and so it causes problems with the outside world. And you realize that because you have so much family drama and you're giving so much attention to your loved ones and the people close to you, that you're not building your career. You know, you're not focusing on the stuff that you want to accomplish for yourself. So that's one thing that's very important to understand if you have Saturn in Cancer, is that's a part of the structure and discipline that comes with this sign, is knowing when to set time for yourself to focus on those things that's going to bring you fulfillment in your life. So if you have Saturn in the 4th house, Saturn in the 4th house is a very similar to what I was just talking about with Saturn in Cancer, but for the most part, you are the type of person that's very mature when it comes to family matters. You know, you may have started having a family at a very young age. You may have become a parent at a very young age, or just found yourself in a nurturing role at a very young age. Saturn in the 4th house is going to, sometimes it could play out as not having family or not having your own kids, or just not having a strong sense of stability when it comes to the family unit. You know, you may have issues with living situations, or your living situation, your rent, you know, stuff like that could be a very, very hard burden on you. You know, the responsibility that it comes with taking care of the home. This could be a challenge for you throughout your life. And as you get older, these things, this area of life regarding family, love, relationship, the things you value, your comfort zone. All these things can come through time. So in the beginning of your life, it could just feel like a great struggle dealing with family matters, and you're just gonna have to learn throughout life how to, you know, take care of yourself more. And you're gonna have a lot of lessons in life where you are forced to help others and nurture others, but you're also here to learn how not to overextend your love for other people, because it could be a detriment when you put a lot of your Saturn energy and thinking and caring about other people instead of thinking and caring about yourself and what you have to offer to the world personally for yourself. So the overall theme with this energy is family wounds and karma. So because Saturn is a karmic planet and the 4th house is a karmic area in our life, it's going to cause a lot of pain in this placement. It is a detrimental placement, meaning it's not the most comfortable place for Saturn to be. So you're going to work very hard in your life to try to gain stability, gain that family unit. You know, you're going to feel probably lonely sometimes because you feel like you don't have that support that you see other people have. You know, how other people could go live with this person or stay with that person. Like, that stuff may be very hard for you even growing up. You know, that may be a challenge, trying to find your own place, you know, have your own sense of security. You may feel like that's something that's very hard for you to obtain. Also with this placement, I noticed that there's a very interesting relationship with the mother. There's a very interesting relationship with the mother. So the relationship with the mother could be very karmic, and you may end up having to take care of your mother in some way, shape, or form, or just something like that. If this resonates, please leave a comment down below. But for the most part, having Saturn in the 4th house is going to make you very nostalgic. Cancer is a sign that's connected to memory, emotions, and past emotions especially. So a lot of wounds in your childhood may affect you, and it may affect the way you carry out your life, and it may affect the things that you want to work towards getting and achieving. And it may make it seem hard, like you may play victim in a sense where you do this thing where you try to blame your childhood for why you aren't successful. And this is a very strong thing with this placement, but you need to understand that this is part of this placement, and you need to work through those wounds, those emotional hurts that you went through, in order to gain a strong sense of self and learn how to move forward and create a self-sustaining life for yourself. All right, so that's pretty much all I have for Saturn in Cancer / Saturn in the 4th house. I hope this was very informational. If you like it, go ahead, like the video. Also comment down below. If you don't have much to say but you did watch the entire video and it was helpful, go ahead and spam me some star emojis, because you guys are my all-stars, and it is very important for you guys to understand who you truly are. If you want to read blog versions of my videos, please go ahead and subscribe to my Patreon. I would love for you guys to check it out. And yeah, I'll see you in many, many more videos. Mwah. Peace.